press conference in Highbury today and immediately retained the services of Rice, who's led Arsenal in their last two matches.
Yes, he has kept them holding on, but Wenger's found his place at last. Japanese club Rasmussen will keep him tied until the end of this month. Then he'll officially take over at Highbury on October the 1st, with Pat Rice confirmed.
For more.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Top Man. I'm your host Prakash and this is my co-host Praddy.
What's up? It's been a while again.
Oh yeah, it has.
But I mean, there's so much that happened, especially to one particular team.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a while because there's so much that's happened in that time. I don't think we've been like chronologically that far away, but so much shit's gone down the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
So let's begin with let's start with the team. Let's tell you which team we're talking about.
Everybody knows which team we're talking about.
Unless you've been living under a rock or something. It's none other than Roman Abramovich's Chelsea.
Ooh,
I mean,
shit.
I don't think
I thought you were saying Roma. I was like, wait, what? Which won the Oscars, by the way.
Yeah,
not to digress.
Yeah, that's. But anyway, let's stick to Chelsea. And where do you want to start with? I mean, there's so much to.
So many things. Okay, we can. Okay, let's start top down.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's maybe we can start chronologically. Let's talk about how the results of Chelsea have been going. It's crazy how this team has been swinging. Once they win, they lose 4-0.
Yeah.
The next game they win 5-0, and the next game they lose 6-0.
I mean, it's
insane.
Yeah, it's like a pendulum, isn't it? It's like loss, win, loss, win.
Crazy amounts of swings. Like it's almost like they like really believe in the manager and they're like, I don't give a shit about this guy in the next game.
Yeah, I mean, it's like one match they don't believe in him, then he goes and starts ranting out to the press that this team is useless. The next week they win. Then everyone's like, oh, he's done well. And then the next week they go into utter chaos. Yeah.
Get thrashed so bad that they finish behind Arsenal on goal difference.
I swear, they were 4th, they finished 6th just by one match. And it's not because of the other people's results, but their own. I mean,
they're completely their own. That was actually hilarious to watch. Like, we were joking before the game started. Like, they need to lose by 6 goals for this to become a 6th position finish. And then in the end, they actually went and did it. The madness.
I mean, but that was insane. City was just scary. Or Chelsea was just terrible. I mean, both kind of were equal. It wasn't exactly that City was too great and Chelsea was completely utter bullshit. It was kind of 50-50 because Chelsea did. I mean, that Ross Barkley header back to Aguero. I was like, wow.
Right. There were like 2 clear-cut mistakes, at least that we can point to the goal.
Yeah.
Like, clear, obvious mistakes.
Yeah.
And we expected a reaction.
Yeah.
Thought there would be one.
Against United, but no. They lost again 2-0. But and I think this was the first time they had lost to United at Stamford Bridge in some.
Yeah, Stamford Bridge has been a curse for us since 2013, 2012, I think. Since 2013.
Yeah.
We haven't won there, and the last time we won there was with the 10-men Chelsea. Like a 10-men Chelsea.
Yeah.
That was the only reason we did. I think it was the last season of Ferguson.
Yes.
But first time we got to Stamford Bridge and came back with the result, and goddamn, that was fun to watch. And it, I mean, not to digress, but was another feather in the hat of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah, I mean, and also the whole these results that's been going on with Chelsea has really brought like the top 4 title. I mean, especially for 4th position in the table, it's like there's now crazy competition between the 3 teams because you've got Arsenal, who are currently now in 4th. You have United,
who kind of like a hidden figure, you know, like you don't like really think about them too much, but those guys are fucking. They're doing it. They're getting results week after week now.
That's true, but you also got to take into consideration that United did play Liverpool, and they're still within that top 4 position, which is not too bad, given how their season has started and everything. And you have Chelsea, who's
given the end of Mourinho, more like
exactly. And you have Chelsea, who's got one match in hand and who could potentially, again, if they win that, God knows, if they win that, get to top 4 or thereabouts. And should we mention that?
I think we should.
Spurs.
Yeah, we should mention Spurs bottling it. Spurs doing a Spurs.
Yeah.
Like,
that was
ridiculous.
I mean, they could have been 1 point behind the top 2 or something like that. Instead, they
would have
closer
been
to
they would have been 2 points behind. They were 60. They would have been 63, and they would have been 65.
Yeah.
Instead, it was a team of two teams in form. Spurs were undefeated in 7 games. Burnley were undefeated in 7 games, and then Burnley extended their run to 8.
Yeah, but it's still. I mean, Spurs still haven't drawn anybody. That's still
they're undrawable.
Insane.
Forget the season of the Invincibles. Give them the silver.
Right. So, who do you think will come in the top 4? I mean, we're already into March, closer to March. So,
I mean, I'm gonna say United. Like form wise, the players wise. The only thing that would throw us off is the injuries that we're going through right now.
Oh yeah.
It seems like injuries have had a marked uptick since Solskjaer has come back in. Yeah, I don't know what. Maybe it was Mourinho not making them run enough, or maybe
I also
but
no.
Solskjaer.
What I think
it seems
it's
that
because sorry, go on. Yeah.
It seems that he's pushing the team a lot more, making them press higher, making them run around higher. We were, I think, before he came in, we were one of the lowest in the table for distance covered overall, and that's gone up a lot. And yeah, it's no more sitting back after a 1-0 or 2-0. So because of that, I feel like a lot of players, the fatigue is catching up to them, and that's like a hamstring injuries are clear signs of that. And you're seeing that with Herrera, you're seeing that with Lingard, who presses like a maniac. You're seeing that one after the other.
I'll agree with you to a certain extent, yes, because I've seen it personally with Liverpool when Klopp came in and Rodgers wasn't doing the pressing as much, and this guy came in gegen pressing. Everyone just run at 100 miles per hour, and everyone was like, my hamstring. We had so many injuries. So I understand that. I also think that rotation has been a major issue. Given that Mourinho never had a fixed midfield, right? So he kept changing it one game after the other.
Yeah, right.
And with Ole knowing his preferred 3 of Matic, Pogba, and Herrera, I think, I'm not too sure. So given that they had a huge run of matches without any rotation, that kind of caught up to them because they've never experienced that in the past 3 years or so.
Yeah, and I think you could rotate with the front 3 for United to some extent.
Yeah.
You even with Martial and Lingard down, you have kind of an out of form Sanchez and relatively okay Lukaku who can still fill in. Like our first striker is right now Rashford, so that's the situation. But he is also fucking injured right now. So but the thing with the midfield is the difference in quality between a Pogba, Herrera, Matic midfield. Like you remove one of them, and the difference in quality is a huge step. You got Scott McTominay, you got Pereira, who was literally the reason why we lost that one game. No, we drew the Burnley game.
Yeah.
Literally, the only reason was that game was completely winnable, all given away by Pereira. Stupid backpass. But with McTominay, with Pereira, and Fred, who hasn't seen a game in God knows how long, the drop in quality is just too big.
True. I personally think, it all depends on the top teams that each of these guys play, because Arsenal still have United. I don't know if they have City. No, they finished City. So I think they have United only and Spurs. I think Chelsea still have Liverpool, Spurs.
I think Chelsea is definitely not good. Let's do this by process of elimination then.
Yeah.
I think Chelsea is not going to be in it.
I doubt it as well. Yeah.
There's a good chance that Chelsea are not going to be in it. For the reason we will discuss why.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal. like you can never tell which Arsenal is going to show up, and more often than not, it seems like the chance of Arsenal B team showing up as is
Right.
more likely. In my
I think
opinion,
at some point also the Europa League will come into consideration.
yeah, that'll
And
definitely
they,
is taking a toll and will continue.
right. United, yeah, like you said, probably has the best chance, but it all depends on how they can cope up with their injuries and how long those injuries are. Because, I mean, I don't know, again, it depends also on Champions League. If they manage to get past PSG, then it becomes again a question of where your priorities lie. But I would still think Premier League was more likely than
Yeah, and
Champions League.
it's like last time when we were in Europa League too, it was kind of exciting because it was a trophy that we had never won before. And this year, I think even if we're in it, I think the way that Ole sees it and the fact that we already won it it's just going to be a distraction. We'll probably just not try to win that trophy. This is what I feel. I think if we make it, if we fall through after PSG.
Yeah. Okay, so so that's the top 4. Now let's get to why we don't think Chelsea is not going to make it.
Reasons why we don't think Chelsea is going to be in the top 4. Number
Point
1. Where do we like the number 1?
Where do we start? Yeah, I know.
How about Sarri? Like,
right. Okay.
Okay. So here, maybe last week this might have been a problem. We could have said Sarri is so stubborn. He knows his team isn't playing his style. He knows that he's been found out. Spurs showed that just man mark the fuck out of Jorginho and then that's it. Like, you're good.
Yeah.
But we saw in the City game that he can try something different. He can do a different game.
Yeah, we're talking about the League Cup final, not the other one.
Yes, that.
In the other one, he did actually show that they could do something different, but it was much, much worse.
much. Yeah.
But yes, the League Cup final. Yeah, I think there Chelsea did put on a really commendable performance, especially driven by Hazard. Like we said for so long, it's all because of Hazard.
All on him. Like, if he shows up, Chelsea show up. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And they took that game all the way past extra time into penalties.
Yeah.
And that's where we have the second part of Sarri's questions. Can he keep this team together? Does he command this team's respect?
You mean can he Kepa the team together?
That's going to be a title.
Yeah. That's our title for
Can
YouTube.
he Kepa this team together?
I mean, in all my years of watching football, this is probably...
I was having a laugh. I was at a United bar with 2 Chelsea fans, and I was crying. It was hilarious.
I've seen players get pissed off or kind of initially refuse to go off, but eventually they do go off, right? I've seen
to go off, right?
I've seen Mascherano. I think when Roy Hodgson was our coach, he refused, and then we sold him off. Okay.
No, okay.
No, he wanted to go off as well. So I'd be like, screw it. If you're gonna act like that, then.
I mean, I've seen Martial skulk when Mourinho tried to sub him off. Like it's a visible. Like, even I was surprised at that. He's visibly showing frustration. What the hell? How can he do that? Was what my first thoughts were.
But I've never seen something like this.
He's just like literally waves finger. No, I stay. No. Fuck no, I'm not going.
Like that? No.
No.
And he also like get lost, and he actually does that hand move.
Yeah, like get lost. And it's so disrespectful to Johnny Sins. Like, that guy he's.
For a second, I was wondering what you were talking about.
I mean, the man has experience.
Yeah.
He has experience on many levels. He played with City. He's one of their best shot stoppers. He knows he's literally, there could not have been a better person to take penalties against City.
Yeah.
There literally could not have been.
Exactly.
He's played with the team. He's faced their penalties, and he's in the past been a better shot stopper.
Yeah. But I don't understand. So if Sarri asked Willie to come on, or Caballero, let's just use a second name, ask Caballero to come on to the pitch for tactical reasons, then Kepa should go up. If it was for the injury, as they say, to replace him, then I mean I can understand Kepa, but it wasn't for injury. We all know it was for a tactical
We all know it
reason.
wasn't, but even if it was,
Yeah.
he can communicate to the manager saying that he's not injured. But if the manager still says leave, he's got to leave.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, you could see the frustration on Sarri's face when he actually literally just wanted to walk off. Like he
But you
headed
know
down.
what?
Yeah.
So I watched the video a third time,
Yeah.
and what happens? The referee comes to him
Hmm.
and says this. He says comes to Kepa and says you should leave.
Yeah.
The manager's like leave,
Yeah.
and he tells no, I'm fine. Tell him that I'm staying. So he goes back to Sarri, and he says he doesn't want to. The board's ready, everybody's ready. He doesn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Should we let him stay? And you see Sarri from like down. He just like takes his hand and he goes like, "It's okay, let him stay." Like that.
Yeah.
He shows that sign.
Yeah.
He says that, and then it's the next shot of that is him showing visible frustration, like
Yeah.
throwing down the pad, yelling. Everybody's yelling, and then for a second, what that makes me think is that. See, in that position, if he still forces Kepa and he makes Caballero go there,
Yeah.
and they lose the penalty shootout, it's his fault.
True.
He took out an informed goalkeeper, a 71 million goalkeeper. If he lost that because of his decision, his managerial career at Chelsea's over.
At this rate, it's.
But now
Yeah.
he can put all the fucking blame on Kepa, and then act like he was really pissed, like walk away, like he says, "Let him stay."
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
Because it's the manager's thing. Like, if the manager says, put the board up, they have to put the board
They
up.
have to. Yeah.
He says, let him stay. And he goes and then he puts that the whole act of like yelling and being angry and all of that. So,
Yeah.
I am tuned to think that it was actually his.
That then is a genius stroke by Sarri to like take off him.
Put all the blame.
Yeah.
Because like, if he had put Caballero on and they still lost, then that's it. Like, that would be a monumental, completely his fault. Like, all down to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, he played his hand.
I mean, but
kind
that
of won/lost.
yeah, but that brings to light the entire player issue that Chelsea has. I mean, with Alonso, Hazard, everyone, it's just like it's basically the players running the club and the managers just being there to be the face.
Right, and like we can even point to Azpilicueta. Like when this whole situation is happening, like his quote was, "Oh, I didn't see it. I was on the other side of the pitch." Bullshit! You're the captain. You're supposed to go. Like if it was Terry or anybody, they would have grabbed the guy by his shirt. And
I think even Terry said that he would have run onto the pitch had he been the manager, gone onto the pitch, pulled him by the collar. Had it been Mourinho, Conte.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Kepa would have shot his pants then and there.
Done. Absolutely finished. But the thing was, you could clearly see that all the Spanish players were protecting him, right?
True.
Like Aspi first didn't even go up to him, and tell him to leave. Second was David Luiz. When the thing was over and they all had to walk back, David Luiz comes in, like, tells the camera to fuck off.
Yeah.
And he stands in between him and Kepa. And third, when the toss happens for the penalty shootout, Aspi gets the thing and he looks at Kepa and he asks him the question, which is generally you want to ask the keeper which he's more comfortable with.
Yeah.
And Kepa says anything is fine with me, and then he doesn't know who to ask.
Yeah.
He doesn't know who to talk to. Like he doesn't care enough to talk to the manager. And the commentator, very rightly so, over there mentions, "Oh yeah, don't try to ask the manager. He clearly has no say in what's going on right now."
So I'm saying the team had no leaders, has no leader, not had, and Sarri clearly has no say in most of what the team does. So right now it's shambolic and added to.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree completely. Like there is, and the thing is, it's like this is. Let's not even count that game. Let's talk about without that game itself. Sarri had already called the players out for their attitude, and that was the third manager, Mourinho, Conte, Sarri. All three of them ended with relatively post seasons, calling out the attitude of the players.
Yeah.
If people didn't believe that then, it was there for the whole world to see.
Right.
In front of all of Wembley, in front of every single television set that was watching the game, how the players had literally no respect for the decisions of the manager.
And also the one other thing that I really started laughing at was after Kepa said no and the whistle was blown for, I think, full time, he winked at the camera.
Yeah, he winked at the fucking camera. That was hilarious. I was just like, did he just fucking wink at the camera?
The gall on that dude to wink at the camera after disobeying the manager is height.
That just took it to a next level. Like, we already were like in disbelief. Holy shit, what is going on? And then he winks at the camera. I'm so glad that I got out of my bed, went out to watch this with people. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
I mean, that's next level shithousery, man. I was so. If I was Sarri, I now we'll come to know if it really is a misunderstanding, because if I'm Sarri, I will not start Kepa at least for a couple of matches.
But he came out in the press conference and he was just like, "Oh, it was an error, blah blah blah." He didn't even go off on him.
I don't know, man. If it was, that's
like
the
he's
thing,
trying
right?
to push it under the rug.
Yeah, because it's Sarri and he's already in a bind. I think if it was Mourinho, you wouldn't care. You'd just be glad to be sacked because he'd be paid.
That's a good point to lead on to our next point.
Yeah.
It's not just that he can't do anything. He can't go back onto the market and get somebody else. Chelsea have been transfer banned for 2 windows. Yeah. And it's kind of like everything is coming to shit on Chelsea at the same time. Yeah. We just said that 3 managers have called out the attitude of these players. And if you want to build this club for the long term, you need to move these players off and bring new ones in.
Yeah.
Especially with the way it is right now, it's critical for them to do that. And just when they needed it the most, they have the transfer window ban.
The only saving grace for Chelsea with the transfer ban is that they're appealing for it, and that takes a lot of time, similar to what happened to Barcelona. So one good thing that Chelsea that could save Sarri is that this summer window is still open for them.
Okay.
Yeah, because it takes quite a while for the appeal to go through and then them to review it. So like Barcelona,
so until the appeal happens, the window is still open.
So Barcelona also the same thing happened, but they had that one summer transfer window where they went mad and they bought Dembele, all those.
Coutinho.
Yeah, no, Coutinho's transfer window. I'm talking about the previous window. So it was Suarez, Neymar, all those guys they bought, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So they went and they bought Turan, all those. I don't know who all they bought, but they just bought a hell lot of players,
right?
And I think that's similar. So that's something that Chelsea could look at, which is just bringing a hell lot of players to kind of make for the fact that if they do get banned, that's the winter transfer window of 2020 and the summer transfer window of 2020 gone. So they still have the summer transfer window of 2019 to probably do something, and I think that's where Sarri could. I mean, that's his Hail Mary situation, right? He has to get his players in that window and make sure that he gets the team playing his way, because otherwise Chelsea is screwed. Because if Sarri gets kicked out midway through next season,
that's going to be. I mean, it's kind of like that situation that Crystal Palace had, where they went from a big Sam team to they wanted to become like a.
Yeah, they
wanted to become like a Sarri ball team. Not Sarri ball team.
No, but they wanted to play like Cruyff, right? Total football, De Boer, Ajax.
And it's a big transition, and it requires institutional changes and player changes for both of those things to happen.
Yeah.
And doing that halfway through it becomes like sunk cost. You put so much money into building a new team and time into building a new team, and those rewards don't pay off until a long time after.
True, but I'm saying De Boer came in the summer, he could have still spent, but Crystal Palace didn't give him the money, blah blah blah. I'm saying if Sarri was given the money, if he spends on the players that he wants, and then midway through next season he gets sacked, if suppose Zidane comes, he's not going to like the players
I agree. That's the point I'm making. That to do that, it's a process, and Van Gaal process.
Exactly.
You buy the players, and it takes a while for that to come through. And if you don't let that play out and see the results at the end, you take it out halfway through itself, it's a complete waste. Because even Sarri's best season was the one towards the later half of his career at Napoli.
Yeah.
Not the earlier one.
And also, I mean, if you get in as run, he can't go in the next window or the next window and buy anyone. That's banned. So
Yeah,
he
exactly.
basically is stuck with the team for 1.5 seasons.
So Chelsea is like stuck with two choices. Either they sack Sarri right now and get a manager and give him one window, that's it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be here for the next at least 2 windows after that, like 2 years at least, no matter what. Or you stick with Sarri and give him one more chance, one window to fix everything.
And you have to, but he has to go on till at least 2021 season.
And I think it's a tough ask because if that will be judged by how he gets this team to perform towards the end of the season.
Which we
like
all
if
know.
they miss out on top 4, I do have a feeling that Chelsea, like, they might let Sarri go and get somebody else.
Ah, man, that's just stupid. Like, he's hardly got anyone in. First of all, you can't call Higuain and all as
Jorginho, like.
I mean, Jorginho fine is Sarri player. That one buy you can took on.
One buy, like when Mourinho came, he came with 3 players.
Yeah.
But he brought Bai.
Pogba.
He brought Pogba and
Zlatan.
Ibrahimovic.
Yeah.
So he literally had the core, like the spine of the team, and he needed that. Like, you need that. You need like a thing. Like, you know what you want. You know. So like, yeah, it's important for him to have a regista. He gets one player, but that's not enough. He needs other players to make that system work.
And with Hazard going, definitely, I'm pretty sure he's going this summer to Madrid.
He's gone.
I mean, so
he gone.
So you need to get someone as good, better. Yeah.
I think that's it for today. We went through a bunch of different topics quite fast and quite well.
Especially with Chelsea, I mean, it's a lot, and I'm pretty sure this is not the end of
this saga
of
Banter FC.
And I think we've got even Ashfaq who's going to talk about what he thought of Chelsea's. Of course, he's not going to be as bad as Angry Rant Man. I mean, we're not going to see him scream, no passion, no aggression, no vision.
I feel like that guy's eyes are gonna pop out of his head. Like, my blood pressure rises just from watching him.
Yeah,
like,
and also the fact that his hand keeps going up, and people think that the fan is close by, so his hand is gonna just chop off. But it makes for good live entertainment sometimes. Yeah.
The club is in crisis. Yes, Chelsea is in crisis. Problems after problems after problems. A loss against City. Losses after losses. And not just any losses, we are being battered. Why? There is no plan B. Sarri is so stubborn with his tactics and with his system. He isn't willing to try something different. I mean, yeah, for the Carabao Cup, he tried something different and it worked. For 120 minutes, we held City. I mean, yeah, after those 120 minutes, a lot of drama happened. We'll come to that later. But Sarri needs to try this plan B more often. He cannot start Alonso every single game. He cannot start Willian every single game. Those two have consistently shown that they don't deserve to play for this club. They've given bad performance after bad performance, and yet they start every single game. I don't know why. Nobody knows why. The fans are criticizing him so much, but he still starts every game. Emerson, for those 2 games he started, he showed that he needs to be the first choice left back for the club. And Sarri told that, but then again, he started Alonso against Spurs, maybe because he played 120 minutes straight, so he deserved a rest. And Alonso showed a good performance. Why? Because he was benched for 2-3 games, and it kind of worked. When a player is performing bad, bench him. Let him stay on the bench. Let him see how the other players are performing, and let him gain that confidence. Why start him again and expect something different? It's not gonna change. Their mentality needs to change, and for that, the people with better mentality, the people who have that hunger for the game, the people who have that passion for the club, they need to start games. And speaking of passion, speaking of hunger for the club, our youth team deserves a chance. Now that we are banned for 2 windows, summer and winter, the youth team deserves a chance. Give Callum Hudson-Odoi more chances. Give Ruben Loftus-Cheek more chances. give Eden Ampadu more chances. These three players are hungry. These three players, they love the club. They love playing for the club. And they have a good mentality. And Callum Hudson-Odoi, he's next level, man. He's next level. He's like how Jadon Sancho is to Dortmund. We need to use him like how Dortmund is using Jadon Sancho. We cannot just bench him for Willian, who just keeps running around the pitch, front and back. We need to use him well. And we need to develop him well. And this transfer ban is kind of a blessing in disguise. I mean, yeah, we can't get the players we want. And which could be a problem for Sarri, because the main reason why Conte fell out with the management was because he couldn't get the players he wants. And the problems start from the board. It's not the manager, it's not the players. It starts from the board. They need to sort this shit out, man. Like, what's happening? Where was this club? Where's the club? Where's that club which won the Champions League? Where's that club which won the league twice in the last decade? What's happening to this club? And Kepa, come on, man. What was he doing that day? I mean, maybe he wasn't injured. Maybe he wanted to continue because of that. But that doesn't give him any right to, disobey the manager's commands. If the manager wants you to come off, you come off. Doesn't matter whether you're fit. Doesn't matter whether you're confident to continue. Willy Caballero was chosen to come on because he has a good penalty record. It was very clear. Look at that blunder he made against Aguero's penalty. Willy Caballero has a better record, so he deserves more starts. He deserved to come on. He could have won us the match. He could have, I don't know, maybe. But what Kepa did, it kind of completely disrespected the club. He completely disrespected the manager and his fellow teammate Willy Caballero.
Yep. All right.
Hey, on that note, that's it for now and for us, for this segment.
Yeah. We'll bring to you probably our next video will again have as much as content, hopefully not focusing anymore on Chelsea, but some of the bigger teams we're heading into March, which is almost only 2 months away from the end of the season. Oh my dear God. So we probably have a clearer idea as to what's going to happen with the top 2, with the top 4, Spurs, of course, and Champions League football. So, yeah. And hopefully we should also come up with a video talking outside the Premier League. So we're talking La Liga, internationals, La Liga, Serie A, Champions League, but more
yeah, even Chennai NFC?
Sure. Aren't they last? Yeah. Yeah, but
doesn't count.
Yeah. So that's about it for us this week. We hope to see you next time and stay tuned to the 12th Man podcast. Until then, sayonara.
See you later.
Oh, and also don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And share.
Oh, yeah, and share. All right, see ya.
See you guys.
If you like this video and would like to see more content like this, drop a thumbs up, comment, share, and hit subscribe by clicking the button right here.